I've said it before and I'll say it again. People tend to cloak their bad intentions with benevolent intentions. Viva Frei, Montreal litigator turned YouTuber, and I am doing another talkie vlog in the car because we are at an aquarium museum in New Brunswick, and the family insisted on going to the shop there. What are they called? The gift shop. And I said, while they're out there wasting money on useless things that we're going to lose in a day or two, I'm going to go into the vlog, do something productive, and make a vlog. Now, for those of you who may not have heard, Scarlett Johansson, through her loan-out company called Periwinkle Entertainment Inc., is suing Disney for alleged inducement to breach a contract that Scarlett Johansson had through her loan-out company, Periwinkle, with Marvel as relates to the release of the most recent Black Widow movie. First of all, a lot of you might read this lawsuit and say it's millionaires fighting with billionaires over dollars. But there is greed in this world, and then there is Disney-level greed. Disney gets a bad rap sometimes, but they also get a justifiable rap on other times. This is what happens in the lawsuit, basically in a nutshell. Disney, for those of you who don't know, purchased Marvel a few years ago. So basically, Disney is the parent company to Marvel. Marvel contracted out with Periwinkle Entertainment Inc., which is Scarlett Johansson's loan-out company, which is the company through which she loans her services for the purposes of acting. They contracted with Marvel for the purposes of the next big blockbuster, which was going to be Black Widow. The agreement that Scarlett Johansson negotiated with Marvel back in 2017 basically guaranteed her a form of remuneration based on box office receipts, which is basically the money generated through the box office release of the movie. They amended this, or sort of, had an agreement that evolved over time, but was confirmed over time, in that Scarlett Johansson, when she contracted with Marvel, would receive a portion of her remuneration that would be based on box office receipts. And this period varied. Apparently, according to the lawsuit, it was never less than 96 days, but the period for box office releases typically is somewhere between 85 and 129 days. And the reason for which it's a big deal is when there's a box office release, typically that is exclusive to movie theaters. It forces people to go out to the movie theaters so they don't watch the movie anywhere else. And so it's a big source of revenue. It's a big sort of percentage bonus if the movie performs as it should. So Scarlett Johansson contracted with Marvel and said, I will get the theatrical release, a portion of the widespread theatrical release, which should have been anywhere between 85 and 129 days, according to the industry standards. What happens in the interim? Well, Disney launched its Disney Plus streaming service, where they allow paid subscribers to have access to exclusive Disney content. And what Disney does, basically, when this video comes out, when this movie is released, instead of exclusively having a theatrical release for 85 to 129 days, what Disney does is simultaneously release the Black Widow on its streaming services, to which Johansson and Periwinkle have no rights, or have no contractual rights, to the revenue derived from the viewership on Disney's streaming service, Disney Plus. And the effects of this are oh, they're coming back to the car. The effects of this are insidious for two reasons. I need 5 more minutes. I need 5 more. Go back to the gift shop.
No. Can you just pass my phone?
The effects of this are insidious for two reasons. One of which is it deprives Johansson of a contractually agreed upon remuneration stream from this movie, in that the revenue is not going to be coming through necessarily in its entirety of the box office release, because they're streaming this elsewhere. So in a way, what Disney is doing cannibalizes the box office to Scarlett Johansson's detriment, but not to Disney's detriment. Why? Because they are effectively using Scarlett Johansson promoting this movie. Incidentally, Scarlett Johansson was out there doing the promotional stuff to make sure that this was a box office smash. And what Disney does is to say, thanks for the free publicity for the box office of Black Widow. Now we're going to simultaneously stream it to our own Disney Plus. And we're going to take the audience that would have otherwise gone to see this in the movie theater, and we're going to direct them to our streaming services, to which Scarlett Johansson is not entitled to a portion of the revenues. And it's like something like $7 or $8 a month per user, and Disney is trying to grow its base there because they see the reality that movie theaters might not be the future of entertainment anymore. So they basically induce Marvel to allow Disney to stream this on Disney Plus and effectively deny Scarlett Johansson a meaningful portion of the revenues that would have otherwise been directed to the box office for anybody who wants to see it within the 80 to 120 days, because it wouldn't have been available to stream for Disney's exclusive benefit. So they're suing for inducement to breach of contract, and I forget the other cause of action, but basically breach of contract because Disney owns Marvel, and Disney is effectively pulling the strings to make this all happen. But where I say that people cloak their greed, their nefarious intentions through benevolent intentions, when you read Disney's statement or response to this lawsuit, it exemplifies pretty much what Disney stands for these days, and I'm going to read it to you, and then I'm going to give you a little comment on it. Disney, DIS, responded on Thursday saying that, quote, there is no merit whatsoever to this filing, end quote, and that the suit is, quote, especially sad and distressing in its callous disregard for the horrific and prolonged global effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, end quote. Disney is actually accusing Scarlett Johansson of being the greedy one in all of this, showing callous disregard for the horrific effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. Disney is accusing Scarlett Johansson of being the greedy one when Disney is exploiting of its live streaming services to direct traffic away from the box office towards their own coffers. Hashtag confession through projection, Disney. As far as the merits of this lawsuit are concerned, it's going to be a question of interpreting the contract, interpreting the terms in the contract, confirming the intent of the parties. Was it the intent of the parties that Disney would be allowed to basically cannibalize the box office receipts of the release of this movie in order to divert that traffic to their Disney Plus streaming? I know what I think, and I know darn well that I think Disney is being extremely greedy here. They are being extremely deceitful, and they are basically accusing Scarlett Johansson of doing exactly what Disney themselves are doing, and that is callously exploiting the COVID-19 pandemic by using Scarlett Johansson to do the advertising for their Disney live streaming services. They are depriving Scarlett Johansson of the fruits of her own labor, the value she has brought to the enterprise, solely so they can go and build their user base, their subscriber base on their live streaming. And that is, well, that is business to some, and that is breach of contract to others, and that is just immoral to others. Now, with that said, if you like my videos, you like my content, please be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and drop a comment in the comment section below because it feeds the algorithm. I know a lot of you were expecting the Feed Me Seymour meme, but I am shooting off my iPhone in the car, so my editing is somewhat limited. So instead of the Feed Me Seymour meme, I'm going to show you a video of a sea cucumber pulling its mouth back into its body. Look at this. This is a sea cucumber. That's when its mouth is fully protracted. And watch this. I'm going to make its mouth go back into its body. Ready? Hey there. Tickle, 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 tickle. Okay, hold on a second. Go back in. Go back in your body. Wait. There you go. Look at this. Watch this now. Watch this. There you go. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Go. Get back in, all the way in.
Daddy?
It's not polite to eat with your mouth open. There we go, look at that. Support links are in the pinned comment. If you want to support Robert Barnes and I, you can find us on vivabarneslaw.locals.com. And I hear people entering the car. I hope you enjoyed that video of the sea cucumber people.
We went to the gift shop.
What?
I got a real lip balm.
What was your favorite part of the museum?
It's always the gift shop. I adopted this.
Okay, what was your favorite part of the museum?
Sea cucumbers.
Sea cucumbers were awesome.
Only you can make sea cucumbers awesome.
All right, peeps. Peace out.